A future move, a future trip, layout, upgrades, and more in today's video, so let's get started. Sometimes when I'm getting ready for summer, I use these MTH SD70 ACEs to curl with. They got so much weight. It's good for my little chicken arms. But lots of stuff to go over, and I know I've been gone a couple of weeks, and there's a few reasons for that. But there's a lot of things happening, most of which are exciting, a little of which are depressing, but we'll get into that. So, what is going on the layout? Well, as I alluded to before, the layout is not going to get any more upgrades because it is facing a possible move. And that move is looking more and more likely. After today's events and this week's events, we're looking at a 95% chance that I'm going to move. So I'm not going to allude to much. I just will tell you that I've been house shopping and so confident that I'm going to move that I've been putting in offers on a house to use as investment property and to live in a different location. I'll just leave it at that. So this house that we put an offer in and got the offer accepted, so we're just kind of waiting to make sure there's no inspection problems, is going to have a little bit of a different layout of a basement. It's got a ginormous basement, over 2,000 square feet, but the problem is some of the basement is unfinished, and that's where I'm going to put my layout at. I want the kids to be able to play and stuff like that, entertain guests in the carpeted, nice area. So I'm going to be putting my layout in the unfinished area, which is roughly about a 21 by 25 foot square area. There's some water heaters and stuff to work around, but it's an unfinished area that I'll drop some lighting down from and things like that. So if this goes through, this layout will be moved. This entire layout can fit comfortably in the new room. But I will say that I'm probably not going to have this layout surviving for too long. It may survive, but I'm going to probably start a new layout using a different system, a more reliable benchwork system that I'll get into later. And I will document everything and do another how to build a layout from start to finish and try to put more effort into scenery and use my increased skills as time has gone by, because this layout is already 3 years old. Yep, that's correct. This thing's been around for 3 years. I've added the roundhouse and other stuff to it, but it's been around for 3 years. So that's what's going on with the layout. Nothing's happening with that. I've told you guys that before, but just the fact that we're moving is important. Another thing we got to talk about is giveaway updates. People are asking me, hey, when are you going to get the giveaway results? We've got a couple giveaways going on. One of them is the $100 giveaway for Train World. I'll be announcing the winner late June to mid-July. I'm leaving it flexible because I've got a plan that I'm trying to get in place to make the announcement a little more interesting. But anyway, it's going to be anywhere from late June to mid-July. I may postpone it, so if you haven't signed up for that, now's your chance. The $500 t-shirt giveaway is moving along. Several t-shirts, I'll just leave it around several, have moved out. Lots of mail in the P.O. Box. P.O. Box is 13497, Offutt, Nebraska 68113. You can just put JLWII 2000 on there. And you basically send in your t-shirt size. I give you a t-shirt, $25 t-shirt cost to get it and ship it to you. So that's $25 shipped. I don't make hardly anything off of it. But it's going to be put into a giveaway. Automatically entered for $250, spotted at a train show by Spring Creek or myself, Spring Creek Model Trains, and you'll be entered for $500, and you'll have two entries. And then I'll draw that at the end of after Amherst next year. So those are the two giveaways. Those are two statuses on the giveaway. The $500 one is way off. You got plenty of time, but don't forget if you want to be in. So this move, back to it for a minute. I was kind of looking at all the crap I have, and I realized I'm a train hoarder. I've got crap that's not my era. I've got too much crap. You know, I've got prototypical consists on some stuff. Coal cars, I've got, you know, just way too many. Almost 100. You know, just a lot of stuff. So some stuff will be sold over time, maybe before the move. Now if this move goes through, we're looking at, somewhere in between early, mid, and late fall. So we'll see what happens. But it is an upgrade. It is time for a new layout. What else is going on? Well, there is one thing I want to thank Nick White for doing the intro. And then I also want to show you guys a cool glimpse into a group that's getting together on Google Hangouts. It's like once a month. And so I'm going to roll the preview for that right now. So be sure to check Modeler Man Mike and those other modelers out on that Google Hangout. I'll also be joining them maybe in August, as long as the move isn't too much out of the way or isn't causing too much chaos. So we'll be able to interact with people that enter into the forum there, the Google Hangout. Plus there's giveaways and stuff live on there, sponsored by some pretty cool weathering and scenery folks and different things. Last time it was weathering and scenery. So I just want to get that out there so it gives you guys an opportunity. I can't guarantee when my appearance on the show will be. I'm shooting for August, but we'll see. Schedule is crazy, especially considering the move. So what else is going on? We do have, I get a lot of complaints about the stability of my camera. Obviously right now I'm running off of a tripod, so I don't have to worry about the tripod wobbling too much. But when I'm behind the camera, or some of my cameramen are behind the camera, we get real wobbly and it kind of makes people motion sick. Well, I purchased a camera to upgrade that and make that better, and it has the best stability control I've ever seen, and it cost a buttload of money, but it was worth it. And my other camera is starting to fail. I've had it already for about 3 or 4 years, even though it's HD, 1080p, it's starting to fail. It's cutting up files, so if you see like a chopped file or a part where I skip, it's not that I edited, it's because it cut off the file and started it over again. And I can't really have that during my summer trip, which is another thing I'm going to talk about. I've got a huge summer trip coming. I'm not going to give out any details. It's not to avoid you guys, it's just because I don't have all the details arranged yet. I don't want to say I'm going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the Philly cheesesteak place on 25th and L from 3 to 5 when I have no clue, traffic and everything else. So be sure to check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/HO Scale Product Reviews. And what I will do is I will try to let people know when I'm getting close to where I'm going to be. Hey, I'm going to be here for a few hours around this time. Now this trip over the summer is going to take place from the 3rd week of July to the last week of July. That's all the details I have right now. I will announce more details as I get them. So we got the camera upgrade, especially for the trip. We got the upgrade, or the updated information on the move. I picked up a couple things, including these Athearn coal hoppers. I'm going to do a run by at the end of this video. The first 15 coal hoppers are the latest run of the Athearn coal hoppers. I'm not going to do a review yet. We'll maybe look at one later. And then the other thing I want to show you guys, and I'll put the link in the description, and if I don't, remind me in the comments, are these PTC antenna arrays. Okay, this is an SD60M Athearn. These PTC antenna arrays are from eBay. So you just go on eBay and you search PTC antenna array. Here is a SD70M from Athearn. Again, a PTC antenna array. Now, jury's kind of out on these. They are not the best, I will be honest. They're light. The ones that are painted, they've got undecorated and decorated. They've got 2 UP styles and 2 NS styles. The decorated ones are painted too light of a gray, in my opinion. As you can see, there's a contrast from the roof. The lift rings are a little big, even though it's hard to imagine how they could make them smaller. The real PTC antenna, if you've ever been on the roof of a locomotive with one, has a hatch that opens up on the back portion with basically a hinge, a long hinge that goes the entire array of the PTC antenna array, the entire length of it, and that's not represented there, and it's just kind of a rough deal, and it's a little oversized by, you know, I don't know, a couple millimeters or so on each side. So oversized, not perfect, but it is a representation for people that are getting nuts about putting these things on their locomotives. They can go to eBay, search PTC antenna array, and they're there. And if they don't have the ones you want, you can contact them, the seller, contact the seller to say, hey, I want the painted UP style too, and I see you're out of stock, and they'll usually do some up for you. But my recommendation is hang out and wait for the Athearn ones. I think the Athearn ones will be better. I've got a fleet of over 150 locomotives, and there's only 2 of these that are getting the antenna array, and they're not even really securely fashioned. I put just a teeny bit of actual glue stick so that I could hold them up and show you guys without having to get the camera directly over. So I could pop these things right off, and they may come off later, I don't know. You know, I'll probably leave them just for the heck, but I don't think they're that great, but it's up to you if you want to get ahead of the game on getting PTC antenna arrays. Athearn should have them out in August, so it's not too much of a wait. Well guys, that is it for the updates. I hope you check out the YouTube modelers group on Google Hangouts when they have their live shows. I hope you bear with me, because obviously with this house signing, if everything goes through and the inspection's good and everything's good, I'm going to be busy. With that said, I will leave you with a run-by of the coal porters pulled by C&W Athearn units that are just ready to roll. That one has a sound decoder, but it's so crappy you can't really hear it. The other one's just DCC. Both are Digitracks. I think it's the speaker's a problem. I haven't messed with it yet, but I did install it a long time ago. So I'll run those by. Surprisingly, 2 of them pull quite a few cars, but these cars are really light, and this is a flat layout. Enjoy, guys. Thanks for listening to me blabber about the update, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.